Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Oaghaji, aka Oaghaji, back in the building, back with another review. Let's get it. Today's review is going to be on the 1979, excuse me, 1969, excuse me, Chambara, Japanese Chambara samurai film classic, Lady Sazen and the Drenched Sword, or the Drenched Swallow Sword, excuse me. Pardon me. I'm excited to do this one because as I love this movie. All right, let's talk about the plot before we get into this. Yeah, I'm going to read it in the back of this DVD right here. Excuse me. I'm excited as hell today because then I'm messing up my words. Tange Sazen, the one-armed, one-eyed swordsman, one of the most beloved characters in Japanese literature, has gotten a makeover. Meet O King, the one-armed, one-eyed swordswoman, aka Lady Sazen. As a child, she was disfigured by Lord Dunzinda Yu, who was after her family's most treasured possession, the famed Drenched Swallow Sword. As an adult, she has become a skilled swordswoman and lives a carefree life with her adopted family. One day, O'Keen saves a girl from a group of Yakuza, and in doing so, gets involved in a grand conspiracy involving religious leaders, government officials, the Yakuza, and Lord Danzinde Dayu, the man who killed her father and destroyed her body. All right, let's talk about the story and the characters and the acting of this. I enjoyed every bit of the story and the characters and the acting. Especially the Lady Sazen herself, or Onna Sazen. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I forgot to say the title of this movie in Japanese is Onna Sazen Nuretsubame Nuretsubame Katate Giri. So just want to let y'all know. Anyway, like I said, yeah, the story and the characters are pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very, to me, it's definitely one of the best examples of a gender swap done right. You know what I'm saying? Another perfect example would have to be Saber from the Fate franchise. You feel me? That's why I think it's another good example of that. But yeah, I definitely like the Lady Sazen. Yeah, she is essentially the female version of Tange Sazen. But like I said, she's a perfect example of the gender swapped character done right. And you know what I'm saying? Just like with because there's more to her than just being the female Tange Sazen. You know what I'm saying? That's which I like. And what I like about the story, how she, helps out this girl from from the Yakuza, and then it leads up to this, conspiracy among the government and the religious leaders and whatnot. I thought that's very, very intriguing. You feel me? And I definitely like the acting in this. It's very superb. Again, especially like I said, with Lay Sazen as well as this person right here, as you can see in the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's pretty dope. The story and the characters are pretty well put. And the acting's pretty good. So for me, the story and characters definitely each get a 4.5 out of 5. No, yeah, yeah. And I also think the acting definitely gets a 4.5 out of 5 as well. Now, let's talk about the action and the cinematography of this. Both are solid as hell. The action choreography in this, the fight choreography in this is just phenomenal. It's definitely impressive, especially for a Chambara samurai film in the late 1960s. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If y'all really think about it, the fight, the martial arts choreography in these Japanese Chambara samurai films and ninja films get better and better and better and better throughout the decades, which is pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? And that's very awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you see, in Hong Kong and Taiwanese and even mainland Chinese martial arts films. You know what I'm saying? Even in South Korean martial arts films as well. But anyway, yeah, the action has some awesome, samurai, kenjutsu action. Yeah, I should say kenjutsu action because the samurai didn't just use swords; they also used spears, nakinatas, bows and arrows, and all that stuff. So, which is pretty awesome. But and this is mostly just kenjutsu, which is pretty dope. All of it's pretty dope, and I also like the way the film was shot as well, especially in the locations and the outside. You know what I'm saying. Like in the different shops and villages and all that type of stuff. All that's pretty cool. Also like how the film was lit, especially when you see like in this scene where the religious leader has his temple whatnot. All that was filmed pretty well in my opinion. You feel me? Yeah, so I ain't gonna front y'all on that. So yeah, so for me, um, the action, the cinematography, and the lighting each gets a 5 out of 5. Yep, that's what I said. To me, it gets definitely a 5 out of 5. Now let's talk about the music. The music is it. The music is pretty good too, especially the opening thing too. After the first fight scene in the film, which I think is cool. It's very catchy, and I definitely like it. You know what I'm saying? And so it has like the orchestrated traditional Japanese music, but it's definitely done pretty well, especially for this in this particular time period when this film was made. So for me, I have to say the music definitely gets a 4.5 out of 5. Overall, Onna Sazen, Nuretsubame, Katate, Giri, aka Lady Sazen, and the Drenched Swallow Sword. It's a pretty dope ass Japanese Chambara samurai film, and it's a great example of the gender swapped character done right. It's like I said, it's gender swapping done right compared to the stuff that you see in Hollywood nowadays. So I highly recommend y'all watching it. So this film definitely gets a 4.5 out of 5. Hope y'all enjoy this review, and because I enjoy this, especially with all the stumbling in my words and and brain farts and all that. So yeah, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, hope y'all enjoy. This is your boy Oaghaji, aka Oaghaji, signing out. Peace.